Okay, we have this chapter 18 today. The name of the chapter is Newton's Laws of Motion. So this is new chapter for you. So let's see, first of all, Newton's first laws of motion. First law of motion. So in this chapter, we study three types of motion. So one is Newton's first law of motion, similarly Newton's second law of motion, and Newton's third law of motion. So in this equation or laws of motion, we study about any object which is in motion in straight line. So straight line मा भएको कुनै एउटा object को motion लाई study गरिन्छ. यदि कुनै एउटा object हाम्रो यो straight line मा छ भने, यदि त्यो rest को अवस्थामा छ भने rest नै रहिरहन्छ, यदि त्यो motion को अवस्थामा छ भने motion नै रहिरहन्छ. यदि हामीले त्यसमा कुनै एउटा external force apply गरेनौं भने. सो हामीले फिजिक्स मा पहिले पढिसकेको कुरा यसमा चाहिँ युज हुन्छ. सो यो मोशन स्ट्रेट लाइनमा भएको अब्जेक्ट को अवस्था के छ, त्यसको स्टेट के छ, कन्डिसन के छ भनेर हामी यहाँ हेर्छौं. सो फर दिस we can state Newton's first law of motion like this. So everybody continues in its state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled by some external forces to change that state. So what does it say? Let's clarify the first law of motion. So in this motion we can see that, so if we have any object and it is in rest, then the rest object will be the same position while in the rest position. Rest position मा भएको कुनै एउटा object हामीसँग छ भने त्यो rest मा छ भने rest नै रहिरहन्छ, र यदि uniform motion मा छ, straight line मा uniform motion मा छ भने यो uniform motion नै रहिरहन्छ जबसम्म यसमा चाहिँ कुनै एउटा external force apply गरिदैन. त्यसको अवस्थालाई अथवा state लाई change गर्नको लागि external force apply नगरेसम्म त्यसलाई opposing force भन्न सक्छौं हामी. कुनै एउटा object यसरी motion मा छ भने यो motion मा भएको object motion मै रहिरहन्छ. हामीले कुनै एउटा external force ले यसलाई stop गर्न चाह्यौं भने त्यो चाहिँ stop हुन्छ, तर त्यसको लागि we should apply the external forces. र सँगसँगै if it is in rest, then rest मा छ भने त्यसलाई move गर्नको लागि, motion मा लानको लागि we should apply some external forces. So without using external forces we can't change its state. So this law is Newton's first law of motion. So for this motion we can say that this object or particle, whatever it is in the state, जे जस्तो अवस्थामा छ त्यो त्यस्तै अवस्थामा रहन्छ तबसम्म it remains same भनेर हामी भन्छौं. रेस्ट मा छ भने रेस्ट र मोशन मा छ भने मोशन. तर रेस्ट मा भएकोलाई मोशन मा लानको लागि र मोशन मा भएकोलाई रेस्ट मा ल्याउनको लागि we can apply some external forces or external factors which changes its state. So this is Newton's first law of motion. Now in this chapter we also study the Newton's second law of motion. So according to Newton's second law of motion, this law of motion states that we can state this law as the rate of change of momentum of the body is proportional to the impressed force and takes place in the direction in which the force acts. So this is Newton's second law of motion. So we can state this law as this one, like this. So this is the law. So this law states that, so we have one of the body. So its rate of change of momentum is always directly proportional to its force. The force implies on it, and this force takes place in the direction in which the force acts. तो बडीसँग तो कुनै एउटा बडीसँग हाम्रो एउटा बडी छ, यो फोर्समा जसरी हामीले फोर्स अप्लाई गरेका छौं हेरेर फोर्स अप्लाई गरेका छौं, त्यही अप्लाई गरिएको फोर्सको डिरेक्सनमा यो बडीको डिस्टेन्स कभर हुन्छ र यसको रेट अफ चेन्ज अफ मोमेन्टम अलवेज यसमा युज गरिएको फोर्ससँग डाइरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल हुन्छ. So from mathematically we can show it like this. Force is directly proportional to change in momentum. So change in momentum means it is mv minus mu divided by t. So it is the rate means with respect to time. So rate, the meaning of rate is with respect to time, and change in momentum means the initial momentum of the body is this one mu. That means it is mass into velocity. It gives always momentum of that body, and final momentum of that body is m times v. That is also mass into velocity. So this is final momentum, and if you subtract initial momentum from final momentum, then it will be change of momentum of that body divided by t. So per time or per rate, we can observe this one, which is directly proportional to the force. So change in momentum per time increase भयो भने force पनि increase हुन्छ, force less छ भने हाम्रो change in momentum पनि less हुन्छ. So कुनै पनि अब्जेक्टको change in momentum per second अथवा रेटलाई हामी जहिले पनि फोर्ससँगको डिरेक्सनल प्रोपोर्सनलमा डाइरेक्टली प्रोपोर्सनलमा लेख्न सक्छौं. र यो केसमा हामी सल्भ गर्दै गयौं भने हामीले यो फर्मबाट हामीले फाइनल्ली f is equal to m times a गर्न सक्छौं. It is ma. So this is the Newton's laws second law of motion, which gives the formula like this: f is equal to ma, which means m means mass of the body, a means acceleration produced on the body. So here where a is, we can define a is equal to v minus u divided by t. So this is acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time. So this formula can be written as like this. So in note we can see f is equal to m times v minus u divided by t. This is also one of the formula, and also this formula can be written as f into t is equal to m times v minus u. So this is also one of the formula deducted from this one. So we can deduce this formula from the above equation. So f times t is equal to m times v minus u. So in this way we can deduce other related formula also from the same formula m times a. Directly to remove this directional proportional sign, we say that it is proportional sign. So to remove the proportional sign, we should write down k. So value of k will be 1 for this case. यो केसमा हामी k को भ्यालु 1 निकालेर हामीलाई m times a भन्छौं अथवा m times v minus u divided by t भन्छौं. So in this way we can deduce the mathematical equation from the given statement. So this is Newton's law of motion, and we can apply this formula while solving the question. So we have another Newton's third law of motion. So according to this third law of motion, we can state it like this. So to every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. So this is Newton's third law of motion. हरेक एक्सनमा हामीले के देख्न सक्छौं भने we can see equal and opposite reaction. So this is third law of motion. So for example, Newton's third law of motion अनुसार यदि कुनै एउटा अब्जेक्टमा हामीले फोर्स अप्लाई गर्यौं भने त्यसमा रियाक्ट गर्यौं भने कुनै एउटा एक्सनमा गयौं भने यो सर्टेन फोर्सबाट हामीले चाहिँ त्यसलाई चाहिँ पुश अप गर्यौं भने धकेल्यौं भने त्यसको लागि पनि के हुन्छ उल्टो रियाक्सन फोर्स अथवा अपोजिङ फोर्स पनि त्यसमा चाहिँ बराबर भएर आउँछ. और वी क्यान से दैट यदि हामीसँग एउटा गन छ और राइफल छ र गन भित्र हाम्रो बुलेट छ भने हामीले जति फोर्सले त्यसलाई बुलेटलाई हामीले फायर गर्छौं त्यति नै फोर्सले त्यो राइफल और गन त्यसको ब्याक आउँछ. अपोजिङ फोर्स भनेको त्यो बुलेटको एउटा जुन मुभिङ फोर्स छ पुश अप फोर्स छ त्यति नै इक्वल फोर्समा त्यो गन चाहिँ ब्याकमा आउँछ र त्यो बुलेट हान्दाखेरि थोरै हल्का ब्याक आउने कारण त्यो इक्वल बट अपोजिट रियाक्सन. देयर विल बी इक्वल एन्ड अपोजिट रियाक्सन. कुनै एउटा टेबलमा हामीले मुड्कीले हान्यौं भने एउटा फोर्सले हामीले टेबलमा हान्छौं तर टेबलले पनि त्यो अपोजिङ फोर्स लगाएको हुनाले त्यहाँ हान्दाखेरि हाम्रो हात पनि दुख्छ र त्यो अपोजिट फोर्स र हामीले दिएको फोर्स लगाएको त्यहाँ पुश गरेको फोर्स दे आर इक्वल, अलवेज इक्वल. सो इन नेचरमा हामी देख्न सक्छौं यस्तो इक्वल एन्ड अपोजिट फोर्सेसहरु इक्वल भएको त्यसको फोर्स र त्यसबाट उत्पन्न भएको रियाक्सनहरु चाहिँ बराबर भएको केस नै हाम्रो थर्ड ल अफ मोसन हो. सो वी क्यान clarify this Newton's third law of motion. Now we can go for another law or another motion. Okay, now we want to go this topics, principle of conservation of linear momentum. So what does it say, this topics or this statement? So it is also in shortcut we can say PCLM. So this is the rule of PCLM, that means principle of conservation of linear momentum. So in this law we can define this law by like this, and we take this one: when two bodies or two particles or two objects interact each other and no external forces act on the system, then total momentum of system remains constant. So in this case, that is, we can clarify this one: m1u1 plus m2u2 is equal to m1v1 plus m2v2. So this is the principle of conservation of linear momentum. So what does this statement says? So when two bodies interact each other, यदि कुनै दुईटा बडीजहरु एक आपसमा इन्टर्याक्ट भयो, ठोकियो, कोलाइड भयो, एउटा सेम डाइरेक्सनमा हामीले लगेका छौं, कुनै दुईटा बडीलाई हामीले यो डाइरेक्सनमा मुभ गरेका छौं र तिनीहरु एक आपसमा इन्टर्याक्ट भयो भने र कुनै एउटा एक्सटर्नल फोर्स हामीले यो केसमा अप्लाई गरेका छैनौं भने, सिस्टममा कुनै एउटा फोर्स एक्ट भएको छैन भने, त्यतिबेला यो बडीको मासलाई m1, यो बडीको मासलाई हामी m2 मान्न सक्छौं र यसको भेलोसिटीलाई u1 र यसको भेलोसिटीलाई u2 मान्न सक्छौं. मानो सपोज we can suppose it as u1 and u2 for initial velocity. र कुनै एउटा सर्टन उसमा चाहिँ हामी फोर्स अप्लाई भयो, अब यहाँनेर स्ट्राइक भयो, इन्ट्र्याक्ट भयो, कुनै एउटा पार्टमा पेनिट्रेट भयो अथवा समथिङ पेनिट्रेट भएपछि यसको भोल्युम के अरे भेलोसिटी चेन्ज हुन्छ, यसको यो बडीको भेलोसिटी चेन्ज हुन्छ। कुनै एउटा स्यान्डमा अथवा कुनै एउटा अब्स्ट्याकल छ यहाँनिर, कुनै एउटा अवरोध छ, कुनै ठाउँमा चाहिँ इन्ट्री भयो अथवा कुनै अर्को एउटा फेजबाट यहाँ चाहिँ यो क्रस भयो भने त्यति बेला इट्स मास रिमेन्स सेम, m1 m2 मास नेभर चेन्ज्ड, मास इज सेम बट इट्स भेलोसिटी विल बी चेन्ज्ड, भेलोसिटी बढ्छ या घट्छ, स्पेशली घट्छ। So velocity will be v1, this is final velocity, and this is on another final velocity for mass m2 or second object. So in this condition, total change in total momentum, that is total momentum. So this is total momentum. Momentum means we know that mass into velocity, mass into velocity. We have two objects, that's why total momentum means we should add दुईटा मोमेन्टम, दुईटा बडीको मोमेन्टम हामीले प्लस गरेपछि we get total momentum from here, and this is also total momentum after striking some options here, some objects for another final velocity. It is also total momentum after striking, and it is total momentum before striking. र त्यहाँ स्ट्राइक हुनुभन्दा अगाडिको मोमेन्टम र स्ट्राइक भएपछिको पछाडिको मोमेन्टम अलवेज सेम हुन्छ र यो they are equal. So equal means it is always same, this remains same, or we can say that it is constant. Before र after को momentum always same हुन्छ, कुनै change आउँदैन. There is no change in total momentum. So this law is known as principle of conservation of linear momentum. So we can define this principle like this. So in this way, we can define from here to this step to this step. So this is the mathematical expression which is very useful to solve the question in exercise. So let's remember this formula to solve the question. Okay, so this is the question based on Newton's laws of motion. So we can see an average sized apple has a mass of 100 gram. So we have an apple whose mass is 100 gram. So let's pick out this information. So mass is given, which is 100 gram, but we know that mass is always expressed in kg. So its SI unit is kilogram, not gram. So we can convert it by dividing by 1000. So it goes to kg and it will be 0.1 kg. It is 0.1 kg or 1 by 10 kg. We can write down 1 by 10 kg. 2 zeros and 2 zero cancel. 1 by 10 is 0.1. So another, the value of g is here. Value of g is also 9.8 meter per second square. It is also provided information from the question. And we have to find that weight of that apple is going to find. So apple ko weight हामीले निकाल्नु पर्ने छ. So we have, or we know that by formula weight is equal to m times g. Weight भन्ने बित्तिकै हाम्रो against the gravity हुन्छ. हाम्रो gravity object is attracted towards the earth हुन्छ. It is also force. जति फोर्सले हाम्रो जति फोर्स अर्थको ग्राभिटीले कुनै चीजलाई अट्याक गरेको हुन्छ, that is the weight of that object. So it is m times a भने जस्तै m times g. मासलाई ग्राभिटीले पुल गर्यो भने त्यो चाहिँ हाम्रो weight हुन्छ. So m into g means we can write down 0.1 times g means 9.8. So if you multiply this one, then we get certain answer. So 9.8 into 1 means 9.8, 98, and point after point we have two number 1, 2 means it is 0.98. So it is in Newton. So it is in kg and it is meter per second square. Kg meter per second square means Newton. So we can write down the Newton. So weight is always in Newton. So its unit is Newton. That's why the weight of the apple in Newton is written over here. So in this way we can solve the question, and mass and gravity is provided. So with the help of these two data we can find out weight of that apple, 0.98 Newton. So in this way we can solve it. So a body of mass 50 kg falling from certain height. कुनै एउटा certain height बाट कुनै एउटा body fall गरेको छ, certain height बाट खसालिएको छ, brought to rest, finally to rest मा आएको छ. After striking the ground with a speed of 5 meters per second, if the resistance force of the ground is 500 Newton. हामीले यसरी स्पीड बाट फाल्दाखेरि ग्राउन्ड को रेजिस्टेन्स फोर्स भनेको अपोजिङ फोर्स हामीसँग यो छ. दिस इज अपोजिङ फोर्स एन्ड फाइन्ड द ड्युरेसन अफ कन्ट्याक्ट. तर कति ड्युरेसनमा त्यो कन्ट्याक्ट हुन्छ भनेर टाइम निकाल्नु पर्यो. ड्युरेसन मीन्स हाउ लङ इट टेक्स द टाइम. सो टाइम इज क्याल्कुलेटेड. सो फर दिस we can write down T is equal to what? So 50 kg, its mass is 50 kg. So its unit is right kg. It is in kg, so that's fine. And brought to rest means its velocity is u is equal to 5 meters per second first of all. And after striking, finally it goes to rest. It comes to rest. That's why v is equal to 0 meter per second. It is given, and resistance force of this one is force is equal to 500 Newton. The unit of force is 500 Newton. So from this, find the duration means it is T is equal to what? So with the help of this information, we can use the formula of this one. We have F is equal to m times a. This is the Newton's second law of motion. And this is m times, F is equal to m times a means what? V minus u divided by t. This is the formula of acceleration. Change in velocity divided by time. Per time, v minus u by t. Rate of change of velocity per time or per second. So this is the acceleration, definition of acceleration. So we can write down the force is 500, mass is 50, and v means it is 0 and u means it is 5 divided by time. Time is unknown. This is the time. Time is unknown here. So we can cut down this one. 50 10s. So it is 10, and so t cross t means if you cross multiply this one, then minus 5 by 10. So this is minus, but time never be negative. So write down force is negative here. So we can write down minus 500 Newton because this is resistance force, means it is opposite force. यदि कुनै अब्जेक्ट हामीले यसरी ड्रप गर्यौं भने यहाँ ग्राउन्डमा ठोकेपछि लाग्ने फोर्स, अर्को अपोजिट फोर्स, यहाँबाट चाहिँ माथि जाने फोर्सलाई हामीले चाहिँ अपोजिट फोर्स भन्छौं. त्यो चाहिँ रेजिस्टेन्स फोर्स हो. रेजिस्टेन्स फोर्स. So it will be negative of this direction. That's why write down minus, and here minus means it is plus. So time is equal to this one. So 0.5, 10 5 50 second. 0.5 second is the time taken by this body for contact. Ground ma contact hunako लागि it takes 0.5 second. So in this way we can solve the problem. Here this is resistance force, that's why put minus sign, and when it is drop from certain height, then finally it comes to rest. So final velocity is 0, but starting with 5 meters per second. So it is initial velocity or speed. Speed means it is velocity. And by using this formula, so in the place of a, we can write down this one, v minus u by t. This is the definition of acceleration. Change in velocity, rate of change of velocity. Rate means with respect to time. So in this way, if you put the value of all terminology, we get time is equal to 0.5 second. So we have this question now. A rocket expels gas at the rate of 0.5 kg per second. So it is mass. Kg means it is mass. Second means it is time. So m upon t is given here according to the unit. So by observing this unit, we can say that this is mass per second. So from the information, we can write down m upon t is equal to 0.5 kg per second. So this is the mass per time. And if the velocity of the gas expelled is 200 meter per second, so it is velocity. So write down velocity v is given by this one. What is the force produced by the rocket? So force produced by it is equal to what? So in this way, we can we can write down the information with the help of question. So from this information, we can use the formula like this. Force is equal to m upon t. So this is one of the formula times b. So this is the formula of force. Actually, it is m times a. M times a means b minus u by t. But u is 0 here. So rocket expel गर्ने कुरा हो, starting phase मा हुन्छ, initial phase मा its initial velocity becomes 0. र u को ठाउँमा 0 राख्दा we get the same formula m by t times b or m times b upon t. So we have the result m by t. Now write down m by t means it is 0.5 times b means it is 200. So if you multiply this one, then we get 205 is 1000. 1000 and after decimal 1 number, so leave it, ignore 1 0, so it will be 100 Newton. So 100 Newton force will be produced by this rocket. So we can write it as, hence 100 Newton force is produced by the rocket. So in this way, mass per second, this is mass and this is second, mass per second is given and final velocity is given, but it starts from the rest, so that's why u is equal to 0 over here, not need to show in this step, and force is going to find. Now produced by, what is the force produced by the rocket is given, so force is what? So from this information we can use such formula, F is equal to m upon t times b. So by substituting the value of m by t and value of b, we get the required result, this one. So this Newton, 100 Newton force is required for the rocket launch. So we have this question now. So we are going to deal this question. So look at whiteboard, dear students. If a jet of water strikes a wall normally with a force of 0.4 Newton. So this Newton is the force. So write down, its solution is, it is given by force is 0.4 Newton. It is given by the question. It is Newton, that's why it is force. Given that the mass per second. So mass per second, mass is denoted by m and second is denoted by time. So time represents second. So it is given that mass per time. So m by t. So it is 2 kg per second. So kg is the unit for mass. Second is the unit for time. So that's why write down m upon t. And find the velocity with which it strikes the wall. So v is equal to what? Velocity. We have to find the velocity. जुन velocity ले यो wall मा strike गरेको छ त्यो velocity निकाल्नु पर्ने छ. So from the above information we can use this formula. We know F is equal to m by t times b. Just भर्खरै हामीले अर्को अगाडिको इक्वेसन मा पनि क्वेशन मा पनि यो फर्मुला युज गरेका थियौ. So m upon t times b हामीले युज गर्नुपर्छ. So F is 0.4 and similarly m by 2 means it is 2 and v. So that's why v is equal to what? Now v is equal to 0.4 by 2. 0.4 by 2 means it is 20. Point पछि एउटा number पछि we can write down 0 here, 0 here. So it is not 20. Now let's solve it. So it is 4 by 20. So 0.2 meter per second is the answer. So velocity will be meter per second. That's why write down meter per second. And to remove this decimal, we have after decimal one number. So put 10 in denominator and divide this 4 divided by 20 means 22 is 40. So put decimal. Then after we can put 10 and 22 is 40. So in this way, the velocity of this jet is 0.2 meter per second from this question. Now let's see this question. A constant force of 10 Newton acting on object reduces its velocity from 15 to 5 meter per second. यो 10 न्यूटन को फोर्स अप्लाई गर्दा त्यहाँ प्रोड्युस हुने भेलोसिटी हाम्रो डिक्रिज भएको छ. सो दिस फोर्स इज द रिटार्डेसन फोर्स. यो डिक्रिज भएको फोर्स भएको हुनाले यो फोर्सलाई हामी -10 मा लेख्छौं. यसको सल्युसनमा दिस F is equal to -10 न्यूटन. वी शुड राइट डाउन माइनस साइन किनकि भेलोसिटी घटेको छ र भेलोसिटी घटाउने फोर्स भनेको रिटार्डिङ फोर्स हो और अपोजिट फोर्स हो. नेगेटिभ फोर्स यसमा अप्लाई भएको छ. सो in 2 seconds time is given, it is 2 seconds and the velocity is here. So this is initial velocity. First starting velocity is 15 meter per second and final velocity is 5 meter per second. So we have to find the mass of the object. So mass of the object is what? So with the help of this information, we have to find the mass of that object. If retarding force is applied to change its velocity from 15 to 5, then what mass is there? So from this information, we can use this formula F is equal to ma. But acceleration is not here, so we can change the acceleration like this. F is equal to a means it is v minus u divided by t. So this is the formula of a. So from this formula we can find out the n. So write down the value. F is equal to -10. It is the value of this and mass is unknown. V minus u means it is 5 minus 15 divided by t. So time is also given here. So write down 2. Now it is -10 is equal to m times -10 by 2 means it is -5. So 5 and 10 we can cancel it and minus and minus again cancelled. So mass is 2 kg. So this is the answer of this one. This is the required solution of mass of that object. So mass of the object is 2 kg. Therefore, mass of the object is 2 kg. So this is the answer. So by applying the same formula as previous exercises, we can show mass into acceleration means v minus u upon t, or we can write F into t is equal to m times v minus u. So in the case of initial and final velocity, we can write down this one. And after substituting value, we get the required term, as you can see from the question. So this force is retarding force, not accelerating force, because velocity is decreases over here. So decrease velocity हुनको लागि यो फोर्स चाहिँ रिटार्डिङ फोर्स हुनु पर्यो. यो फोर्स बढ्ने फोर्स हैन घट्ने फोर्स भएको र माइनस साइन चाहिँ यहाँ लेख्नु पर्यो. So in this way we can solve this problem. Okay, let's see this question. So we have this question now. A bullet moving at 250 meter per second penetrates 5 centimeter. एउटा बुलेट चाहिँ हाम्रो मुभिङ भइरहेको छ. एउटा बुलेट चाहिँ हाम्रो यो डाइरेक्सनमा गइरहेको छ. यो डाइरेक्सनमा मुभ गर्दाखेरि यसले 5 सेन्टिमिटर को यसले ट्री ट्रङ्कलाई एउटा काठको मुढोलाई यसले चाहिँ पेनिट्रेट गर्छ 5 सेन्टिमिटर. हाम्रो यहाँ काठको मुढा छ, यस्तो खालको एउटा ट्री ट्रङ्क छ. यसले 5 सेन्टिमिटर पेनिट्रेट गर्छ. सो एन्ड बिफोर कमिङ टु रेस्टमा आउनु अगाडि यसले चाहिँ त्यति पेनिट्रेट गर्छ. अजुमिङ दैट फोर्स एक्जस्टेड बाइ ट्री ट्रङ्क इज युनिफर्म. र यसलाई पेनिट्रेट गर्ने क्रममा जति फोर्स अप्लाई हुन्छ त्यो फोर्स युनिफर्म हुन्छ भनेको सबैतिर बराबर हुन्छ. यो इक्वल डिस्टेन्सेस इन इक्वल टाइम हुन्छ. एन्ड फाइन्ड द म्याग्निट्युड. सो फोर्सको म्याग्निट्युड कति हो निकाल्नु पर्यो. फाइन्ड द म्याग्निट्युड अफ फोर्स. सो mass of the bullet is 10 gram. So it is given by the question. So let's solve this question. So first of all, pick out the information. 250 meter per second means its initial velocity. 250 meter per second. Its initial velocity, this one. And finally it comes to rest. So its velocity becomes 0. So V is equal to 0 meter per second. Assuming that in penetrates 5 centimeter means it is distance covered by that bullet. So S is equal to 5 centimeter, but SI unit of distance is always in meter. So we should convert this centimeter into meter. So divide it by 100 and it will be 0.05 meter. So this is the distance covered by bullet in the trunk, T trunk. So it should be converted like this. And here mass of the bullet is 10 gram. We can also pick out this mass, so which is 10 gram, but mass, we know that mass is always expressed in kilogram. So let's convert into kg. So how to convert in kg? By dividing by 1000 and it will be 0.01. So it is kg 0.01. So 1 0 cancel, 2 0 means 0.01. To after decimal we should have 2 0 after cancelling this 0 and 0. And mass of the bullet is this one. So we are going to find force. Force F is equal to what? So in this way we can, to find the force we should have mass into acceleration. But we don't know the value of acceleration over here. So by using U, V and S, we can find out the value of acceleration. So first of all, we can use V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. हामी acceleration निकाल्नको लागि U, V र S भएको formula लाउन सक्छौं. So this is the formula which is very helpful to find the value of A or acceleration. So write down the value, it is 0 and value of U means it is 250. So make it square and it is 2 times A times, and A is unknown but S is 0.05 meter. So find out the value of this A. So A is equal to minus 250 square minus 250. This term if you change over here then it will be minus 250 whole square divided by 2 into 0.05. So 2 into 0.05 goes to here and this will be minus and it will be 2 into 0.05. So we can find out the value of this over here. So let's see what will be the value. This is minus, acceleration will be negative, and 2.5 means what? 0.1. I think it is 0.1. 0.05 into 2 means 2 5s are 10 and 0, and after decimal 2 number means 1 2. 0.1, it will be 0.1, and 250 into 250 means 625 00. It is 00 and minus sign over here. So if you remove this decimal then it will be 62500 and again 10. So this is acceleration. So meter per second square. Actually this is retarding acceleration. Acceleration bhanda pani retardation ho. This is retardation. So therefore retardation force is equal to 62500 meter per second square. So this is retarding force or acceleration. Negative acceleration, we can say that negative acceleration is known as retardation, which value is 62500. So how much force we apply? Now also F is equal to M times A, and we have the value of M here. 0.01 into acceleration means this one 625,000. Then if you multiply this and this, we get 625 दुईटा जिरो गायब हुन्छ एउटा जिरो बच्छ so this is the Newton, this is the force applied on this bullet by using this retardation. So 0.01 625 into 1 means 625 and 000 is here, but we have after decimal two numbers, so two zeros cancel from here and only one zero is left. So in this way force is calculated from the given information. So this is the in this way we can solve this problem. So now we have this question now. So due to application of force of 12 kg weight, so look at once, it is 12 kg weight is the force, but the unit of force should be in Newton. So convert this kg weight into Newton. So we know that 1 kg weight is equal to 9.8 Newton. The weight depends upon the gravity. So gravity value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.8. So 1 kg weight means 9.8 Newton. So force is equal to, here is 12 kg weight means 1 kg weight means 9.8. So if you multiply it, then it goes to Newton. So it will be Newton. So whatever it may be the value of this, 12 into 9.8 means something Newton, and 4.9 kg means it is mass 4.9 kg, changes its velocity from this to this. So starting velocity is 12 meter per second, starting velocity, and final velocity is 20 meter per second. So write down 20 meter per second and find the distance through the body describes. So we have to find the distance. So S is equal to what? So from this information, first of all, we have to find the value of A. If हामीसँग U, V र S छ भने, we can apply V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. But we don't know the value of A over here. So from these two information, we can find out acceleration. So we know F is equal to M times A. This is the formula of force, mass into acceleration. So force is 12 into 9.8, which is given here, and mass is 4.9 and acceleration is same, which are going to find. Now 4.9 into 2, so it multiply by 2 means it is, and 12 to that 24 means A is equal to 24 meter per second square. So this is the required value of acceleration from the given hints. So in this way we can find out another result. U, V and S को use गरेर हामी अर्को equation use गर्न सक्छौं. So it will be V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. This is another equation of motion which is useful to find the distance S. So write down the value. V square means it is 20 co square and U square means it is 12 co square plus 2A. We have the value of A. So write down 2 into 24 into S. So S is unknown. S is what? So it is unknown. And we are going to find this one. Now 400 minus 12 square means 144 and 48 as 2 into 24 means 48 and 12 square means 144, which is here. Orko side ma minus huncha. Now if you solve it, then it will be S is equal to 10 minus 4, it is 6, and 9 minus 4, it is 5, 3 minus 1, it is 2, divided by 48. So this is the answer. We can cancel the term over here. Cancel garna sakiन्छ यो termलाई चाहिँ. So if we cancel it, then it will be 2 1 जा 2 2 जा 4, 2 8 जा 2 2 जा 4, 2 4 जा 8. Now 2 1 जा 2 2 जा 2 6 जा 2 4 जा. So 6 2 6 जा 2 32 जा. So it means 4 3 जा 4 16 जा. So it will be 16 divided by 3 meter. So this is the appropriate distance or suitable distance from which the body covers. So body describes 16 by 3 meter distance by this application. So by working out of this body, its velocity, after changing its velocity from this and this, it covers this distance, 16 by 3 meter distance. So first of all, apply this rule and simplify, we get the acceleration. So this acceleration can be used in this equation and we can solve it, the distance, which is denoted by S. So with the help of these two formula, we can find out the distance covered by that particle in this work frame. Now we have this question, find the velocity of 4 kg shot that will just penetrate through a wall 25 centimeter thick, the resistance being 36 tons weight. So this is the question. हामीसँग रेजिस्टेन्स फोर्स भनेको अपोजिङ फोर्स चाहिँ यो छ 36 टन्स वेट छ. अब यो टनलाई हामी केजीमा लान्छौं, केजीमा कन्भर्ट गर्छौं अनि केजीलाई यो वेटलाई फेरि हामी न्यूटनमा लान्छौं, वेटमा राख्नु हुँदैन. सो फोर्स शुड बी इन न्यूटन. सो कन्भर्टेड दिस टन्स वेट इन्टु द न्यूटन फर्स्ट अफ ऑल. And the velocity of 4 kg shot means its mass is 4 kg, which will just penetrate through the wall, this one thick. Thick means it is the distance covered by that shot which penetrate this centimeter, 25 centimeter means it is also converted into meter. It is S means distance covered by body, that body. So let's point out this one velocity terminology. So we have mass is equal to 4 kg. It is obviously given, and 25 centimeter means it is S 25 centimeter. So converted into meter and 0.25 meter divided by 100, then it goes to meter, converted into meter. Resistance force means it is capital F or force F. So it is opposing force. So write down 36 tons weight. So we should convert it into Newton. Your opposing force भएको हुनाले we should write down minus. Put minus sign over here because resistance means opposite force. Opposing force. कुनै एउटा अब्जेक्ट यताबाट आएको छ भने यताबाट उल्टोबाट लाग्ने फोर्स चाहिँ रेजिस्टेन्स फोर्स हो. त्यसलाई रोक्ने फोर्स भएपछि माइनस हुन्छ. सो we should convert it into a tons लाई केजीमा लानको लागि we should multiply 1000 and weight ला उता लानको लागि न्यूटनमा लानको लागि 9.8 न्यूटन. So this is the solving process. And find the velocity means it is v is equal to or u is equal to this one. Final velocity त अब penetrate भइसकेपछि 0 होला. It is u. U is equal to what? So u is equal to what? We can write down this one. Now b is equal to 0. पछि यसमा penetrate भएर गइसकेपछि that comes to the rest. So v is equal to 0 in this case. V is equal to 0 meter per second. कुनै एउटा बुलेटले अथवा शटले पेनिट्रेट गर्दाखेरि कुनै एउटा स्टेपमा चाहिँ हाम्रो सर्टन टाइम पछि त्यो रेस्टमा आउने भएको भएर फाइनल भेलोसिटी 0 राख्नुपर्छ. सो f is equal to m times a बाट हामी पहिला a निकाल्छौं. Now f is equal to ma. This is our formula. So we have f and m. So let's find the value of a. So f is equal to minus 36 into 1000 into 9.8 and mass is equal to 4 and a is unknown. So if you solve it, then a is equal to what? And it will be minus 88200 meter per second square. So it is a retardation because it is negative acceleration because minus is here. A minus मा आउनुको मतलब यो negative acceleration हो. It is retardation. We can say that retardation 88200 meter per second. So solve it and divide by 4, we get this term. Now again, we can use this term, b square is equal to u square plus 2as. So this is the formula to find u. So b is equal to 0 and u means it is u square, unknown. That means we are going to find 2 times a means it is minus 88200. This is a, and s means we have 0.0.25. So this is distance covered by body, 0.25. So if you find the value of u from here, then it will be 210 meter per second. So this is the answer. So use calculator to this one. So minus becomes plus, and u square but u nikalda we can take out square root pani line. So our final answer is 210 meter per second. So this is the solving process. And here is a one thing, here is a minus because it is resistance force. That means it is opposite force or opposing force. Or a certain force la oppose गर्ने force चाहिँ always minus मा हुन्छ, र distance meter मा हुन्छ, converted into meter, mass kg मा हुन्छ, force newton मा हुन्छ. So first of all, ton मा 1000 kg हुन्छ. Ton means 10 quintal. 1 quintal मा 100 हुन्छ भने 10 quintal मा into एउटा zero थपियो 1000 kg भयो. And weight means 9.8. 9.8 मा लानु पर्यो weight लाई. 1 kg weight भनेको kg weight लाई न्यूटन मा लाँदा 9.8 हुन्छ, because 1 kg weight means 1 newton. We can write down 1 kg weight is equal to 9.8 newton. So this is the relation between kg weight and newton. So write down this one. So in this way we can use these two formula in finding out the value of u. So we have this question now. A mass of 5 kg falls 300 centimeter from rest. कुनै एउटा रेस्ट पोजिसनबाट एउटा अब्जेक्ट 5 kg मास भएको अब्जेक्ट 300 सेन्टिमिटर डिस्टेन्समा फल भएको छ, and is then brought to rest by penetrating 30 centimeter into the some sand. So sand मा पेनिट्रेट भइसकेपछि 30 सेन्टिमिटर पेनिट्रेट गरिसकेपछि त्यो रेस्टमा आएको छ भने find the average thrust of the sand on it. भने त्यहाँ प्रोड्युस भएको एक्सेलरेसन निकाल्नु पर्यो. Average thrust means it is acceleration. So for this we can solve it like this. So mass is given 5 kg, write down, and it is the distance. So h is equal to 300 centimeter, and we can convert it into 3 meter only. From the rest means it is u. U is equal to 0. U is equal to 0. U छ हामीसँग, mass छ, height अथवा त्यसले distance covered by this body छ. So we can use v square is equal to u square plus 2gh. So this is the formula to find the velocity v. So it is v square is equal to 0 and 2 times and a g unknown. Value of g is not here. So write down same term. And h means it is 3 meter. So v is equal to 6g. So it is 6g root under 6g. This is velocity, and we can apply this formula over here to find its velocity, root under 6g. And also we can find out the value of this one. So now we can put the value of this. 30 centimeter means it is also distance. So s is equal to 30 centimeter, which is converted into meter by this one. So 0.3 meter. It should be expressed in meter by dividing 100 and find the average thrust means it is a. A is what? Acceleration. Thrust means it is acceleration, and we know that this final velocity will be the initial velocity for the next step. So we have u is equal to 6 times g. Now we can use the formula. We have v square is equal to u square plus 2as. now we can put the value. So finally it comes to rest. So v square is equal to, it is 0. लास्टमा यो रेस्टमै आउने भएको हुनाले हामीले यसलाई रेस्टबाट खसाएर लास्टमा रेस्टमै आउँछ. रेस्टबाट, फ्रम रेस्टबाट लास्टमा इट कम्स टु रेस्ट, ब्रट टु रेस्टमा आएको भएर फाइनल भेलोसिटी विल बी 0. So it will be v is equal to 0. We can write down here, and u square means it is 6 times g. So root under square means we can remove this root, plus 2 times a is unknown and s means 0.3. So it is 0.3. If you solve it, then the value of a is this is minus. So minus 10 times g will be the value of this one, meter per second square. So this is the retardation or negative acceleration produced by this object. So average thrust on sand is minus 10 g. So in this way, by applying two rules, v square is equal to u square plus 2gs and v square is equal to u square plus 2s, we can find out this rule. So this is acceleration or retardation. So retarding force is 10 gram here. So retarding force is equal to 10 gram. We can write down retarding force, that is negative acceleration means it is retardation, and retarding force is 10 gram. And we can find out the average thrust over here. So let R be the average. Here we have to find the average thrust here. So R be the average thrust of the sand on it. Then we can apply R is equal to mg plus ma. So this is the formula of average thrust. R is equal to mg plus ma. So R is equal to mg plus ma मा we can, यदि कुनै एउटा लिफ्ट अथवा कुनै सर्टन एउटा पोर्सन चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ चलिरहेको छ, इट इज डाइनामिक और इट इज मुभिङ, देन माथि लाग्ने फोर्स जुन छ हाम्रो यो रियाक्सन, यो नर्मल रियाक्सनलाई हामी आर लेख्छौं, र यो फोर्स बराबर हाम्रो तल लागेको फोर्स हुन्छ, यो दुईटा फोर्स बराबर हुन्छ, आर इज इक्वल टु एफ हुन्छ अथवा एफ भनेको एमए हुन्छ, आर र एमए बराबर हुन्छ है, आर र एमए बराबर हुन्छ. तर यो रियाक्सनलाई, नर्मल रियाक्सनलाई वेटले पनि यहाँ ब्यालेन्स गरेको हुन्छ. भनेपछि यो वेट, यो माथिको पुलिङ फोर्स भनेको हाम्रो यो हो, यो पुलिङ फोर्समा चाहिँ क्यापिटल आर बाट आर र एमए हाम्रो बराबर हुन्छ, दे आर इक्वल. दिस फोर्स इक्वल टु दिस फोर्स, बट दिस नर्मल रियाक्सन इज अल्सो अपोजिङ बाई वेट. यहाँनिर एउटा वेट हुन्छ, वेट भनेको एमजी हुन्छ, वेटले पनि यसलाई चाहिँ के गरेको हुन्छ, तल पुलिङ गरिरहेको हुन्छ. त्यही भएर टोटल नर्मल रियाक्सन विल बी आर माइनस एमजी. सो दिस विल बी द फर्मुला अफ थ्रस्ट. कुनै पनि हाम्रो अब्जेक्टमा दुईटा टु वेबाट यसरी फोर्स अप्लाई भएको छ भने टोटल आर को लागि चाहिँ वेटले पनि यसलाई चाहिँ ब्यालेन्स गर्ने भएको हुनाले टोटल यो फोर्सबाट यो घटाउनु पर्छ, टोटल आर माइनस एमजी गर्नुपर्छ. यसले माथि तान्ने, यसले तल तान्दाखेरि यो वेट माइनस हुन्छ यसमा, र एमए भनेको यो र यो बराबर गर्नको लागि हामीले फोर्ससँग यो रियाक्सन इक्वल लेख्नुपर्छ. सो एमजी लाई यता लाने बित्तिकै वी विल गेट एमजी प्लस एमए. दिस इज द फर्मुला टु फाइन्ड द एभरेज थ्रस्ट. सो we can substitute over here. M means it is 5 times G plus M means also 5 times A means it is A means 10G. So it is 10G, and it will be 50 plus 5 means it is 55G. And if you convert it into kg weight, then 55 kg weight is the conversion of this reaction. So normal reaction will be 55 kg weight by converting this gram into kg weight. So in this way, by using this average thrust formula or normal reaction, R is equal to mg plus ma, and substituting this value, we get 55 gram, and gram converted into kg weight. So in this way we can find out.